Hi girls, hey, I wanted to do a quick video tutorial on how in the world to use a measurement tracker because I want you to feel successful. I will say the best way is to have someone else do it. That's a shameless plug for your man to do your measurements in as few clothes as possible. You're welcome to your man. All right, so on your sheet, you're going to write down the days. I want you to do this once a week. Please don't freak out because you're a girl. Guess what? As we go through 4 weeks and beyond, you're gonna notice sometimes your measurements go up. It's not because you're a failure or you've done things wrong. It just means with your cycle, you're gonna have times with the bloating and water retention. So just know on the front end, it's gonna happen. And then when it does happen, you're not upset about it. So definitely write down the days that you're doing it. Under the selfie little area, this is what I want you to do. I want you to take a picture of yourself, hence the selfie, or your man can do it. Again, in as few clothes as possible. I want you to do it at the same time of day with the same lighting in the same location. You all know, you've seen before and afters up on the Facebooks, and there's two different sets of lightings for before and after, and it just doesn't make sense. So when you're doing these selfies, I want you to do a forward facing, head to toe. Then I want you to do a side profile, head to toe, and then I want you to do the back, head to toe. This just helps you to get past like, I feel like nothing's changed, into actually seeing the progress of what's going on. And then we're gonna pull out the measuring tape. So you're gonna start, here's an interesting thing that's not on your measurement tracker. One of my coaching girls actually measured her face. Yes, her face was the first thing to show loss. So if you want, you can literally measure around your face, and her husband would do it because it's really tricky to measure around your head, but your head may actually shrink. You can also measure your neck, which is not on this chart, but your neck can actually shrink. And I don't make my thing really tight. It's just where it loosely meets. And then we're gonna go into the bicep, which again, if someone else can do it, great. I usually pick the biggest part of your bicep, which you might be wanting to get bigger depending on what your goals are. Try to look when you do measure and find, is there a certain freckle so that you're always measuring in the same place. After you do your bicep, you're welcome to measure your chest, ideally without a sports bra that's padded like your friend Debbie's using, but I didn't want to be naked. So you're gonna go over the biggest part of your bust. That may or may not make you sad or happy that your bust might shrink. It's pretty common for women to see change from the top down. So if your bust does start to shrink, just know it's kind of part of the thing. So then we're gonna go down to the small of your waist. So definitely look in a mirror to do these measurements. You're gonna find, where does my waist come in the most, which is typically right around the belly button. And again, you're just gonna, where it loosely meets, okay? Then you'll see, like, what is your lower waist? That's the next thing. That's where your mom pooch is, your little kangaroo couch. I had lots of carbs at lunch today, so mine is in full effect. So this is where it kind of comes out at the biggest place, and I'm gonna write down the number in however you wanna do it, centimeters, inches, whatever. It's all up to you. And then we're gonna go to the hips. So I'm gonna put my legs together, and I'm gonna find, this is the biggest part. So when you're looking in the mirror, you're like, oh, this is the part I don't like. And you're gonna measure right there. Then we're gonna go into the thigh. Just pick your favorite thigh, doesn't matter. And you're, again, wrapping around the biggest part of your thigh, wherever that happens to be. And remember, you're trying to look for freckles and, you know, maybe even different stretch marks to know, like, where am I supposed to do this? And then we're gonna go down to the calf and measure the biggest part of your calf. After that, you are done with the measuring tape, but not done with your measurement tracker. So you're done with that. Then you're gonna look at exercise. Exercise is going to be important for accountability. So you're just gonna say, did I exercise? How many days a week did I exercise? How many total minutes did I exercise this week? Then for hunger, how would I rate my hunger on a scale of 1 to 10? We want your hunger to be kept kind of in the 0 to 5 range. The lower the hunger, the better, because we're trying to stay in front of the hunger. Energy. How would you rate your energy on a scale from 1 to 10? We want this number to be 6 or higher. We want you to feel high energy from the workouts and the food. So how would you rate that overall? And you can do this every day, which may be kind of cumbersome, or just once a week, kind of an average. Then your cravings. What are your cravings like? Again, like the hunger, we want that to be 5 or less. We want the food to help you with your cravings so that you're not like, I need all the chocolate and all the popcorn and all the food in my life. How would you rate them either daily or weekly? And then your stress. Stress is a great way to store fat. Boo. We want that stress to be low, which means you're going to have to practice stress management through self-care. So you want stress to be another number that's really low from 1 to 10. And then the last one is, how much sleep are you getting? How many hours? And you can average this by the week or do it by the day. Is it quality sleep? Do you have trouble with sleep? These are the kinds of things I really get into the nitty-gritty with my one-on-one coaching clients. But just know that the more sleep you get, the less you will weigh. Sleep is a great way to manage body fat. So I hope this explains our fun measurement tracker, but I would love to answer any questions. Try to do this once a week to really stay accountable and see what's working well and what still needs to be tweaked. So good job, girls.